2025 has shaken the global travel landscape in ways we couldn't imagine. If you hold a UK passport, you may want to pay attention. Why? Because 10 countries have now officially closed their borders to British travellers. Whether it's because of diplomatic tension, security fears, or political retaliation, these bans aren't just temporary roadblocks. They're major signs of shifting global power dynamics. Let's dive into the full list of countries where UK citizens are banned in 2025. Number 1. Russia. Once a destination known for its stunning architecture, rich history, and world-famous landmarks like the Red Square and St. Basil's Cathedral. Basil's Cathedral, Russia is now completely off-limits for UK citizens in 2025. Tensions between London and Moscow have reached new heights, with years of political conflict culminating in a full-blown travel ban. The situation worsened after escalating sanctions, diplomatic expulsions, and accusations of espionage on both sides. As a result, no tourist, student, business, or even transit visas are being issued to UK nationals. British citizens already in Russia have been urged to leave immediately via third countries, as all direct flights have been suspended. The Russian government has made it clear from now. This isn't just a temporary freeze, it's an indefinite ban with no signs of easing anytime soon. For British travellers, Russia in 2025 has gone from a challenging destination to a completely inaccessible one. Number 2. Iran. Iran, a land of ancient empires, mesmerising mosques, and bustling bazaars, is now completely shut off to UK travellers in 2025. Tensions between the UK and Iran have been simmering for years, fueled by diplomatic breakdowns, nuclear disagreements, and repeated accusations of foreign interference. But now it's official. Iran has blacklisted British passport holders from entering the country under any circumstances. This includes tourism, academic visits, business travel, and even journalism. If you're a dual national, holding both British and Iranian citizenship, you're at even greater risk of detainment or interrogation. UK consular assistance is extremely limited or often denied altogether. Recent incidents involving the arrest of foreign nationals, some held for months without trial, have raised major red flags. In 2025, Iran's message to British travellers is loud and clear. You are not welcome. Whether it's political posturing or national security concerns, Iran has become a red zone for UK citizens this year, and that may not change anytime soon. Number 3. North Korea. North Korea, long shrouded in mystery and isolation, has now taken its hardline stance to the next level. In 2025, the country has placed a total ban on UK citizens. While North Korea has never been an easy destination to visit, in the past, a few British tourists were able to enter via state-run tours under strict supervision. That door is now completely shut. The regime in Pyongyang has cited national security threats, foreign interference, and propaganda concerns as reasons behind this sweeping ban. UK citizens are accused of ties to Western intelligence or media, making them persona non grata in the eyes of the North Korean government. There are no direct flights, no diplomatic channels, and no way in for British passport holders. If someone from the UK even attempts to inquire about entry, they're ignored or blacklisted. Even more concerning, if a UK citizen somehow managed to cross the border through a third country, they'd face a high risk of arbitrary arrest, with no British embassy to intervene. For 2025, North Korea isn't just off-limits. It's a dangerous, unpredictable and diplomatically frozen zone for anyone travelling with a UK passport. Number 4. Syria. Syria, a country once known for its ancient ruins and rich culture, is now a closed door for British travellers in 2025. After more than a decade of war, Syria remains deeply unstable. But what's new this year is that the Syrian government has officially banned UK citizens from entering the country altogether. This move isn't just about safety, it's also political. The UK has long criticised Syria's government, supported opposition groups, and imposed sanctions. In retaliation, Syria has now blacklisted all British nationals, citing foreign interference and national security concerns. Even humanitarian workers from the UK, who once tried to offer aid, are now being blocked at checkpoints, denied entry at airports, or turned away at borders. All visa applications from the UK automatically rejected. Commercial flights between the two nations? Non-existent. Trying to cross overland? Virtually impossible. The situation is so tense that even attempting to visit Syria with a UK passport can lead to detainment or deportation. In 2025, Syria is not only a war-torn country, it's also a place where British travellers are explicitly unwelcome, no matter the reason for their visit. Number 5. Afghanistan. A country marked by decades of conflict and dramatic political change, is now completely off-limits for UK citizens in 2025. Since the Taliban returned to power, relations between Afghanistan and the West have grown increasingly strained. And in a bold move, the Taliban administration has officially banned all British nationals from entering the country. Why? The reasons are layered, from historical tensions and military involvement by the UK to ongoing criticism of the Taliban's policies. Afghan authorities now label British visitors as potential threats to national stability. Even those with noble intentions, such as humanitarian aid workers, journalists, or academic researchers, are being denied visas, turned away at border crossings, or even detained. Direct flights from the UK to Kabul? Gone. Transit through neighbouring countries like Iran or Pakistan? No longer an option. And let's be clear, this isn't a temporary policy. Officials have made it clear there is no timeline for when or if these restrictions will be lifted. The British government has also issued its highest-level travel advisory, warning citizens not to attempt visiting Afghanistan under any circumstances. So in 2025, Afghanistan has gone from a region of geopolitical interest to a sealed zone for UK travellers, where even setting foot on Afghan soil is a serious risk. Number 6. China. China, a nation known for its deep history, booming economy, and growing global influence, has taken a hard turn in 2025. And British travellers are feeling the full impact. While there hasn't been an official public announcement, the reality on the ground tells a different story. UK citizens are being denied entry at an alarming rate. What started as visa delays and increased scrutiny at consulates has evolved into what experts are calling a de facto travel ban. Whether you're applying for tourism, business, academic exchanges, or conferences, chances are your visa is being quietly rejected. Why is this happening? Tensions between London and Beijing have escalated over several key issues, from human rights concerns in Xinjiang and Hong Kong to restrictions on Chinese tech firms operating in the UK. In return, China has tightened the screws, particularly on British applicants. And it's not just about visas. Direct flights between the UK and major Chinese cities are being cancelled, and academic partnerships are being suspended. For UK citizens in 2025, travelling to China has become more than difficult. It's a maze of uncertainty, where getting in is rare and being watched is guaranteed. Until diplomatic relations improve, China remains one of the most inaccessible countries for British travellers this year. Number 7. Yemen. A land rich in ancient heritage and once a crossroads of civilizations, is now one of the most dangerous and inaccessible countries on Earth, especially for UK citizens in 2025. The situation in Yemen has been deteriorating for over a decade due to ongoing civil war, foreign interventions, and a crippling humanitarian crisis. But this year, have now placed UK passport holders on an outright blacklist. No visas, no exceptions. Why this harsh stance? The UK has been vocal in supporting peacekeeping efforts and imposing sanctions on various groups involved in Yemen's conflict. These actions, though aimed at promoting stability, have made British nationals politically suspect in the eyes of local factions. The UK Foreign Office has now issued a maximum-level travel warning for Yemen, advising against all travel, not just for tourists, but for professionals, aid workers, and NGOs alike. Yemen in 2025 has effectively become a closed country to UK citizens. For British travellers, this is not just a safety concern, it's a complete shutout. Number 8. Belarus. Belarus, often called Europe's last dictatorship, has taken a sharp turn against Western nations in recent years, and in 2025, UK citizens have found themselves completely shut out. Tensions between London and Minsk have been on the rise due to the UK's repeated condemnation of human rights abuses, political crackdowns, and electoral manipulation under the leadership of President Alexander Lukashenko. In response, Belarus has enacted a sweeping travel ban on UK nationals, citing national security concerns and political hostility. British tourists, NGO workers, athletes, and even diplomats are now routinely denied entry under virtually every visa category. In fact, the ban on UK citizens mirrors similar restrictions placed on other Western allies, but the intensity of the ban on British travellers is particularly severe. UK travel agencies have pulled Belarus from their listings, and direct flights have been cancelled. Even overland travel from neighbouring countries like Poland or Lithuania is being met with increased scrutiny for those carrying a UK passport. The message from Minsk is crystal clear. British citizens are no longer welcome. In 2025, Belarus is not just difficult to access, it's a fortress of exclusion for anyone travelling under a UK flag. Number 9. Libya. Once a North African hub for oil exploration and Mediterranean culture, Libya has now become one of the most unstable and dangerous countries in the region, especially for UK travellers in 2025. Following years of civil war, government collapse, and a growing influence of armed militias, the country is now fractured and deeply distrustful of Western nations, including the United Kingdom. As of this year, Libya has officially added UK passport holders to its list of banned nationalities. British nationals are seeing all visa applications rejected without explanation. Even those travelling for business, particularly in the oil sector, are being turned away. There are no direct flights between the UK and Libya, and border entry from neighbouring countries like Tunisia or Egypt has become virtually impossible for Britons. Even worse, reports have emerged of UK travellers being detained without charges, with no consular assistance available due to the absence of a stable central government. In 2025, Libya is not just a risky destination. It's a complete no-go zone for UK citizens, regardless of purpose. The instability, hostility, and lack of diplomatic ties make it one of the most impenetrable countries on this list. Number 10. Turkmenistan. Tucked away in Central Asia and often overlooked by the world, Turkmenistan has quietly become one of the most inaccessible countries on Earth, especially for UK citizens in 2025. Known for its authoritarian regime, strict surveillance, and total control over information, Turkmenistan has long maintained a tight grip on foreign entry. But now, the restrictions for British travellers have reached a whole new level. In 2025, the Turkmen government has stopped issuing all types of visas to UK passport holders. No tourism, no business, no humanitarian visits. Even highly monitored group tours, which were once the only way to enter the country, are denying UK applications without reason. Why the sudden freeze? Officials in Ashgabat accuse the UK of spreading misinformation, supporting Western sanctions, and interfering in the country's internal affairs. And British citizens already in Turkmenistan have been reporting visa refusals, border detentions, and denied renewals. The British Embassy has confirmed that since early 2024, not a single UK visa application has been approved. With no formal explanation, no publicised announcement, and zero communication from Turkmen authorities, it appears the UK has been placed on an unofficial blacklist, effectively shutting the country off to British travellers altogether. Turkmenistan may be rich in history and natural gas, but for now it's entirely off-limits to the UK, and perhaps the most silent and secretive ban on this list. So there you have it, 10 countries that UK citizens can no longer enter in 2025. From global superpowers like China and Russia to reclusive nations like Turkmenistan and North Korea, the map for British travellers is shrinking in ways we've never seen before. These bans aren't just about visas. They reflect deep-rooted political shifts, diplomatic breakdowns, and growing international tensions. If you found this update eye-opening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest in global travel news. Whether you're planning a trip or just staying informed, we've got you covered. Stay safe, stay smart, and keep exploring with your eyes wide open.